Hey guys.
Hey, what's up? So let me ask you this. Obama's going to be talking to school kids on Tuesday. You know, it's going to be a big message, stay in school, do the right thing. As a role model now, what would you tell kids about school?
You know, it's funny that you say that as a role model because it's something that you kind of don't realize you're becoming being on American Idol. You know, I'm a singer. I'm just here to entertain and help provide some escape for some people for a couple minutes while I'm singing a song. And you know, like it or not, you do become a role model. I think it's fun because I definitely represent a minority in our country. I'm more alternative, and I'm a little bit on the weird side. I'm very left of center. And I think that I can represent the kids in school that didn't feel always comfortable. They weren't the popular kids. They were a little off. Creative people that have new ideas, that are different. And I think that if you're one of those kids that are different and don't feel like you quite fit in, just find solace in the fact that you're probably going to be the cool kids later in life, after school. Just stick to what makes you happy and to what makes your gears turn, whether that be the arts or reading or music, stuff that might not be what everybody else is doing. Just stick to it. You'll find the people around you that are into it as well. And you might have to seek them out a little bit more because there is no after-school practice, you know, like in football for people that are into music production. You know, you might have to seek them out. But just keep your eye peeled and you'll find your group.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
All right, so...
It was a little rambly, but
No.
You get the
You're
point.
good. No, but you're very well spoken. Let me ask you this then. Were you a good student?
I was okay. Yeah, I was like a B average student.
That's good.
I think had I applied myself more, I probably could have done better. But I was so wrapped up in my extracurricular activities that I think some of my studies failed a little bit.
Sure. Do you have any odd memories of first days of school?
I just always remember being nervous, but being really into my new clothes that I was wearing. You know, so I remember. I think my sophomore year of high school, I went to Banana Republic and I bought a messenger bag. I got rid of my backpack for the first time, and I was like, "This is so cool! This is so like hip and edgy." And of course, I walked into almost every class, and they were like, "Oh, I like your purse."
Nice.
So that's school.
That is school.
That's school.
Right
for you.
here? Brother,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
the tattoo all about?
It's the Eye of Horus.
The Eye of Horus?
Yeah, I got this right after the top 13 on American Idol.
Really?
I'd always wanted a tattoo, and I was with a friend who had a bunch, and he put me up to it, and it was a symbol that I had just been attracted to for a really long time. I like Egyptian imagery.
Yeah.
And it's also a sign of protection from like evil forces or whatever.
Right, so you got your right side covered.
So I got that covered before the show, and then I got a lot of work done on the same image after the show ended. So it kind of has like a full circle situation. I like locked in my experience with this tattoo.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, people just get tattoos mindlessly sometimes. This means something to you.
I personally, for me, any other tattoos that I get, which I plan on getting more,
Right.
should have meaning.
Oh, definitely. Well, they say you get one, plan on getting a bunch.
Yeah, I kind of want to do my arm.
Develop a theme.
Exactly.
You and Megan.
Yeah, I love her. I think it's the most beautiful artwork.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I had another question for you. What the hell was it? Oh, I was talking to a glam. Her name is Jeanette. She's 60.
Yeah.
She cannot get enough of you, and
Aw.
I'd be scared if she ever got close to you because she's loving you, brother.
Oh, that's
but anyway, she was telling me that you were on a cruise ship early on in life.
That was my first job when I was like my first professional gig when I was 19.
Really, singing on a cruise ship? Mm-hmm. What were you singing?
You know, standards. There was one show that was show tunes. There was one show that were like celebrity standards, like Sammy Davis Jr. and Elvis and Frank Sinatra. There was a show called Jazzmatazz that was all like jazz standards and
Right.
big book, like the big songbook stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was one show that was like a French themed show. So any
Nice.
song that had something to do with France or French anything was thrown in.
But you sailed into New York Harbor, and there was a picture taken of you, I understand, with your back to the Twin Towers.
You did some research.
Yeah.
Man. Nice. Yeah, there was. That was on the 7th of September.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you were in New York when the...
No, I wasn't in New York. We left New York Harbor on the 7th. That's
Okay.
when that picture was taken, and we were traveling up towards Halifax, Nova
Okay.
Scotia, doing a couple stops on the northeast run, and that's when September 11th happened, and it was crazy because we were actually not allowed to come into port because of the travel restrictions.
Right.
So we were out at sea for a couple days just waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how eerie to have been there with the Twin Towers in the background. I mean, New York, you'd been there, and all of a sudden it's under attack.
Yeah, it was bizarre. It was
Yeah.
really bizarre. That whole cruise ship experience was really interesting. It was, It was a learning experience. I was 19, traveling around the world. We did a whole world cruise. I worked on that ship for about 10 months. So it definitely taught me a lot about being consistent and professionalism, and it was kind of an extension of musical theater, but a bit different from musical theater, because I was really being myself and not a character. The entertainment industry can be very rewarding and very positive because you're affecting people and you're bringing joy, but it can also, on the flip side, can be a little bit lonely sometimes, and it can be brutal. And there was moments on that tour on the cruise ship where I felt both. I felt this great pride in being able to, give people a show every night. It was a slightly older crowd, a lot of senior citizens on this cruise line, and they were very sweet, but I was lonely,
Right.
and I was bored.
And you were at sea.
Yeah, so
Right.
definitely it was great to kind of get that experience at 19, because I feel like it thickened my skin a little bit, and it kind of took a little bit of the glamour out of the entertainment industry, because it is work.